Holy hip-hop-adidamus, am I talking about an Ichibansho figure on my channel today? How'd it take me so long? Oh, so let's just get the unsightly bits out of frame, and let us talk about what is officially my first ever Godzillasaurus figure. Godzillasaurus, across his time in existence, has seen some love from Bandai in the past. Definitely not as substantial as this, because this guy is a work of friggin' dreamical artworks. Although I do think it's quite funny that Iwakura made a figure of this guy, and he's a fucking fossil. Gotta love when one of your first and only figure appearances ever is you being fucking dead. What's that turtle's name? But no, Bandai has gifted Gojisaurus Rex over here a new lease on life with an Ichibansho release, and wow. Right off the cuff and fade over here, fam. Look at all the different colorations we've got. The feet will see a lighter shade of brown, skittering about into a darker shade of brown, as we move into his crotch and underbelly overall, which will feature a lighter brown, an even lighter brown, a bit of that darker brown, and it is just beautiful. And the level of detail that coats beneath it is even better. I mean, look at these claws. Look at these tiny, almost Shin Godzillian hands, arms. They're so tiny, but they are not lacking in detail whatsoever. And then we make a fine pilgrimage to his underthroatial area. Pancakes, rolls, scales. Fantastic. And we're also going to get this very dark patch of brown that's going to just commingle with that lighter shade as we move up into the lower jaw, but we're gonna move away from that for a sec. Detail is Bandai's game, of course, but the paint job going on here really is something else to behold. I really do like that bro's almost dorsal fins, or impossible dorsal fins,
vegetables that have been thrown out in people's dumpsters,
are going to be a lighter shade of brown that's present on his body as a whole. And the level of detail on them might be minimal, but everything below them is simply insanity. I am amazed that I paid $53 for this after shipping. Yes, $53. Them dew claws, they be painted. Those shadings of brown, they be skittrin'. The fact that you can look pretty much anywhere on this guy and get an eye full of color and detail, oh yes, it's something to praise. It is something to be very loud and appreciative about, to a point where this guy might just make it on my favorite figures list at the end of the year. But let's not kid ourselves here. It'll be early next year. But now I can stop ball tickling and we can get to this face. Glorious white eyes with peekings through of almost a skin tone right under the eyeball right there. Whether that's intentional or a mispaint, I don't know. But I'm kind of finding it hard to care. The intense detailage that is going on with this dude's face is something overtly remarkable and exceptionally praiseworthy, especially when you turn this guy to the front and see that those eyes are pointing right at you when you tilt him. That's just poetic. That's just beautiful. But look at this. There won't be crazy amounts of detailing going on the roof of Godzilla's mouth, although it does look like he's got a vagina back there. The tongue kind of steals the show here, at least until we get to the teeth. I really like the tone that it's taken on. I really like the detail that is present within it. It's just really freaking good, and I have to say the same about these teeth. Now, these teeth are very, very small. Pinky tip meat teeth. That is a feat in and of itself, and the fact that most of them are pretty cleanly painted is really nice. Hey, I said most of them. Not all of them. Yeah, there are a few fuddy-duddies up in there. And we do get a couple of solo artists over here that only have a little bit of white paint on them. But honestly, it took me until now to properly, even recognize and categorize that. So I'm not gonna complain. I'm also still just amazed at these friggin' eyes. Bro, look at that. That should just be the thumbnail. But for those who don't know, they might just think I'm talking about a dinosaur toy. Technically, I am, kinda. For my first ever Godzillasaurus figure, I am exceptionally impressed and very much happy with it. I don't technically consider you a Godzillasaurus. You're just Godzilla before the sauce. But the deal was sweetened, if you can call it that, because Bandai and the Ichibansho team gave us these ugly fucking things. Honestly, people say Void Ghidorah is an insult to that of Ghidorah's character, and yet Heisei Ghidorah is made out of these. Honestly, people hate Minya so much, but I rarely see any hatred for these friggin' things. Furby reject toys. Put them in the movie. They're cute. We can make toys. Did they ever? Raw butthurtedness aside, I gotta say, the detail on these little things are quite impressive. The wings, the scales, even the hair to an extent, but especially these club tails, dude. It's impressive. I mean, these things are practically under an inch tall, and the fact that they look discernible at all is quite nice. I'm not seeing any variations between them. They likely just made a singular mold, popped 3 out, and then threw it in the box and called it a day. It does make me wonder, why doesn't Ghidorah have 3 tails in 1991? He's got 3 heads, 2 wings, 2 friggin' legs, but no fucking 3rd tail? Interesting. But the point still stands. I hate these friggin' things, but I think Bandai did a great job with them, and I would welcome them with arms wide friggin' open into the movie monster series, to such a point where I'd buy 3 just to complete the look. Especially if they look this good. Just fully paint the eyes, the mouth, and the hair and teeth next time. So for a figure slash set to come with all of this and to be outfitted with such lovely paint and detailing, plus you get a pretty cool box, I can't say I am upset in any way, shape, or form at what I paid for this with shipping included. It's a hefty figure, it's a beautifully painted figure. It comes with 3 little butt-ugly gremlins on top of it. What's there to complain about? I don't know. Size comparisons. As you can see here, the Dorats will be under an inch tall, while Godzillasaurus will be at, if maybe a tiny bit over, 6 inches tall. Shokugan, Double HG, HG/Egg Series, Reaction, Modern Day Movie, Godzilla Collection, Premium Limited King, Yamakatsu Showa King Ghidorah, Fun GMK, Finger Puppets, Hiya Ichibansho. That's it from me, friends, neighbors. Hope you all have a lovely start to your week. I hope I could add to your lovely start of the week. And when next we meet... Why?